the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Right, welkom. Ik vind welkom. Dit is mijn home and I want to achieve success. Okay.
Joshua Zirkze to Manchester United is absolutely edging closer. There's been some intense talk, and we've been reporting on this channel as well that the release clause is about to be triggered by Manchester United on £34 million. We're going to talk about that story and where we are at that deal at the moment as well, and what is the agent's commission fee. Is it lowered or is it higher? Or that's a little bit of a transfer secret we're going to talk about. But also we're going to move on and talk about Victor Lindelof, a surprise move to Ferenbaché. You know that Jose Mourinho is the new manager, and it is getting closer for Victor Lindelof to join Ferenbaché as well. And what's going on with Braintwaith as well. That is a forever chess playing between Manchester United and Everton. Will they cave in? It's a game of chess. The intensity and drum roll builds up. This has been Mick Ruby here, of course, from Mufc Realist TV Transfer Corner. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And here we go. Right, and let's get into the story straight away. We tried to round this up in less than 10 minutes. You all watched the Euros. You saw how England was poor against Denmark, but we're going to talk about Manchester United transfer news. Ferenbaché, as sporting director Mario Branco, is set to travel to Europe, to England, to try and complete the signing of Victor Lindelof, according to Sport Witness here. That will cost around €10 million. Branco will also look to discuss a deal for Casemiro. Now, this has been slipping under the radar because we Manchester United fans have been focusing on who we're going to sign rather than who's going to go out the door. Victor Lindelof is a one that is on the chopping block, and potentially Harry Maguire as well. And that means that we can go and replace with the centre-back. Now, the question mark that I have here is €10 million. Okay. Lindelof is, according to my opinion, worth more than that, at least 15 million. But when you have the Turkish clubs coming in, we remember how they come in and eyeballing and offering scandalous money, knowing that we are desperate to sell. Is this what you think is a fair value for Victor Lindelof on 10 million euros? I would rather see us negotiate to see, listen, 15, 20, he's all yours. But then the reports is also saying that Branco will look to discuss the deal for Casemiro. Now, imagine Casemiro's got 2 years left on his contract. What do you think they're going to offer? 15 million for Casemiro plus his wages? I don't know. But at the end of the day, we need to get rid of players. So 10 million euros for Victor Lindelof, if that is the final deal, yeah, take it. And we can move on, plus eliminate his wages as well. And this is what's going on at the moment. Regarding Brentwood as well, apparently, if we will move on to the next story, Everton is growing increasingly confident of keeping Jared Brentwood at the club. There is an unwillingness at Manchester United to raise the bid. This is according to MSI Douglas at iPaper Sport. Now, this is a little bit of a waiting game. Like Manchester United has been box clever. Manchester United are the only one in for Brentwood. They're not going to overpay. They're not going to go that way. Like this is a 21-year-old that it's not really worth that much money. So the initial bid that put in was 35 million or 40 million pounds plus add-ons, and that is take it or leave it. So they're feeling increasingly confident that Manchester United will come back and increase, but I don't think so, right? We know that this is the old Manchester United, and we know that Everton said it before in the previous report that, hey, we know that you got money. We know that you spent 75 million for Harry Maguire, XYZ. So we want our 75 million here. But the difference is this guy has one season at Everton. He spent one season on loan in the Eredivisie. He's not worth this money. I would definitely walk away and will not cave in. Next report is confirming that Manchester United have made it clear to Everton that they want to know within the next 24 to 48 hours whether they're willing to lower the price for Jared Brentwood and reach a compromise. So it's pretty much coming from the Mappeteers, who's got decent sources into the club, right? So they're pretty much saying that, like, this is a final bid. We're not going to raise it. Are you going to lower it instead? Right? This is box clever, right? So I think this is the right way to do. We know that Everton needs to cash in before the end of the month. They need 50 million pounds, so they're not breaching the PSR FFP rules and gets point deduction. That'll be disaster when you start a new season with points deductions, right? But at the same time, they feel confident to say that they feel confident to keeping Jared Braintwaith. This is sort of a game, right? Oh, we want to keep him. We don't really want to sell him. But who are you going to sell? Who are you going to sell? Onana is playing in the Europa Cup, right? In the Euros. What else do you have to sell? This is, for me, a silly season. Manchester United are playing hardball. We have other targets to link, but we also seen that we are selling Victor Lindelof, so we definitely need reinforcement. But for me, I'm not really sold on Braintwaith as of yet. I haven't seen much of him to have actually have my opinion. I know he's two-footed. I know he's quite decent on the ball, decent in the air. He's not as pacey as what we need if we're going to play a high line, but he's one for the future. But if the scouting network and, they have identified him as a key target, perhaps they see something that I don't see at the end of the day. But this is the silly season, and we are about to get our done deal very, very soon. And of course, we are talking about our striker target, Zirkzee. You've been following this saga. You know what's going on. I've been in touch with Italy today, been speaking to understand what is the situation, and AC Milan has definitely walked away. They've caved, right? They had personal terms agreed with Zirkzee. They had everything aligned. They wanted to pay the release clause, but they refused to pay the 12.5 million pounds agent fee. Now, breaking news is that Manchester United are now willing to trigger that release clause, right? There's been some fantastic conversations over the next couple of days. Sources close to the agency camp claims that both parties had constructive conversations, and it's led to believe have a successful negotiation for personal terms for Zirkzee, but also for the agent Kia Yobashian's commission fee, which was reported on 12.5, but reports are now coming out, and from my credible sources is that the commission fee will be 8 million pounds. So how about that? This is a deal that could be made. I'm excited about that. And there's also, this comes out according to James Ducker from the Telegraph, also reiterating what I've been saying. They are now preparing to activate the 33.8 million release clause. I kind of rounded up to 34. Who has been impressive. He's been a very impressive striker in the Serie A, and he will be a key, addition to the striking force at United. He's a different type of striker. He's an all-round perfect striker. He's not that fox in a box kind of thing, but he is the creator. He is the guy in the final third that you can sort of bounce balls off, like, lay-off balls like Anthony Martial used to do. He scored about 12 goals in 33 appearances in Serie A, and that's not so many good of returns, but he had about approximately 5 assists as well. So he's very good and build-up play as well. So very fast, very tall, very explosive. And this offers something different for United in different moments. There might be moments where you can actually play 4-4-2. You can play with 2 strikers, and Højlund and Zirkzee can play within each other. So I believe if it's on a harder meter, I put this an 80% at the moment. I'm going bold, because once you have actually agreed personal terms, once you have actually spoken to the agent, agreed the commission fee, all you have to do now is go to Bologna and say, we're willing to trigger that release clause. And in that sense, understand what kind of payments do they want, how much payments up front, and how much can be then invited in amortization installments. Anyway, this is all we have to do. 10 minutes update. Joshua Zirkze edging closer. Would you take him? Yes or no? Or do you think that there's better strikers out there? I think this is a steal for that kind of price of money. 35 million or 34 million pounds. Victor Lindelof looks like he's going to Ferenbaché for 10 million euros, and Braintwaith saga still continue. I think United should walk away and look at other targets. 35 million plus 5 items, 40, it's enough. Maximum 50 million. We will see within the next 48 hours, according to the Muppeteers, who are saying Manchester United demand an answer. This has been Mick Ruby with a snappy update. See you to the next video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good night. Bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.